Week 2. Sorry for the super clickbaity title, but lately this has been on my mind and I want to discuss it. I think there's a point in every relationship, whether romantic or platonic, where conversations just kind of taper off. And that's when problems really start to pop up. In the early phases of a relationship, you're still getting to know the person, so conversation just flows. You're still finding out basic information, where they're from, what their job is, some of their interests, and usually you find a mutual interest or two which you can keep talking about. And because you're still getting to know them, the conversations happen pretty naturally. On the opposite end of a relationship, once you've been with someone for a really long time, you have shared experiences that you can discuss. For example, my friend Jessica and I have been friends for 10 years. We went to undergrad together, we lived together for 1.5 years, and we were in many of the same groups throughout college. When we call to catch up today, not only do we get to talk about what's happening in our lives now, but we have years of shared experiences to reminisce on. Similarly, when you've been in a romantic relationship with someone for several years, you have the shared experiences of your lives together to reminisce on. Whether it's your family, your work, a vacation you took together, or that car commercial you still reference 5 years after it stopped airing. So the stopping point for most adult relationships happens between these two phases, between the getting to know you conversations and the shared experience conversation. This creates a natural lull in conversations, which can be a huge roadblock for relationships, especially in adulthood. In school, whether K-12 or college, spending time with other people usually happens in the context of shared experience. At a football game, you don't have to converse with the other person to feel like you're connecting with them. In class, you can talk about the material, or the professor, or that one classmate with really awful halitosis. But in adulthood, you don't get the opportunity to have shared experiences as often. So sometimes you get left with a lot of single topic friendships where you know the person from one place, say your cycling class, but you only ever discuss cycling class with them. So in adulthood, how do you get past this conversational lull? I think you just keep talking, and more importantly, listening. It'll probably be uncomfortable at first, but most people like talking about themselves. So ask questions. So that person from your cycling class, ask them things not related to cycling. Start small, obviously. Family is a good place, pets, pop culture, movies, TV. The more you talk about the small stuff, the easier it is to ask about the big stuff. Ask about their life experiences, the hardships they're going through at work, or things that are going well. Later conversations, you can push to the taboo subjects as well. Religion, sex, sexuality, politics, philosophy, whatever. I don't know if my idea is the best one, or even a good one, but it works for me. With friends I've made even in the last year, I've tried to push conversations and have formed really strong connections. It can be intimidating, but realize that almost everyone struggles with this. Making friends as an adult is hard, but by talking and truly listening, you can make it a little easier. So what do you think? Do you have experience with this conversational lull? If so, how do you get past it? Or have you not gotten past it? Let me know down in comments how you deal with conversation lull. I'd love to see your suggestions and discuss them more. If you liked this video, you can consider subscribing. I post videos every Wednesday, usually about my general musings on life, and sometimes I even give advice. You can also find me on all of my social media in the links below, and I'll see you next week. Bye!